Hello again, everybody, and welcome out to the action building tonight. We are here for Camp 10 of the Nightmare Factory. I'm Brandon Benefield alongside Jordy and Gerard Bonner. Hey, fellas, what's going on?
Listen, I am so excited to be here, and I'm excited to see some tremendous talent.
It's going to be an amazing night as many are making their first foray into the world of pro wrestling. In fact, let's get right to the action.
Good evening. My name is Diane Michelle, and I am so glad to be here at the Nightmare Factory Showcase. It's been a long 12 grueling weeks of training camp, and these guys, some of these guys are debuting their very first match ever, so I need you guys to be loud. I need you to be let these people know that they are making the right decisions and being a wrestler. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is set for one ball. One ball.
Guys, here we go. It is time for some action. The Black Rose, Cody Murray, making his way to the ring here, a member of Camp 10, and we are excited to get the show underway, fellas.
We're extremely excited to be here in a home that we've been in quite a bit. It's good to be here in the action building, and we're excited to have you guys on YouTube to check out what's happening here. Opening contest. This is Cody Murray, and this look is very unique.
The name, the look, all of it is very, very unique indeed.
And to the point.
You can call him the shock factor. You can call him jacked of all trades. It is Caleb Teninty, a guy we are very familiar with from one of the earlier camps here at the Nightmare Factory. Caleb Teninty making his way out, and the crowd not really feeling this guy.
Yeah, you know what? He has not endeared himself, not just to this crowd, but to many crowds in the world of pro wrestling. He's kind of a great example of what you can do as a graduate of the Nightmare Factory. He's really been all over the pro wrestling world, and now he's back here to battle this member of Camp 10.
Our official Lou Santiago checking the wrestlers here before the matchup. He drew the straw for the first match here tonight.
You know, you got to think about the potential pressure, and I don't know who the pressure's on more. Is it on the member of Camp 10, or is it on these previous members of the Nightmare Factory?
You know, we talk about this at every showcase. I feel like the pressure might be more so on the veterans of the Nightmare Factory because they don't want to get shown up by these new graduates.
Well, the thing is about the Rose guy is that he has history in MMA.
Oh, yeah.
In boxing. And open fist.
Bare knuckle,
Yeah, he's been signed to the BKFC, the Bare Knuckle Fighting Club, and he's really done some incredible things. In fact, his last match was featured on Fight Pass with UFC, and he choked his opponent out in 40 seconds.
That's pretty impressive here, but also don't forget Caleb Teninty is undefeated in MMA. Of course, he's only had the one match. Still,
that's a fair point.
There's a shoulder tackle there from Cody Murray. He takes down Teninty. Up and over he goes. Look out, leapfrog there from Teninty.
And here we go. Already things are moving very, very fast. Ooh, big arm drag there.
Beautiful.
Nice arm drag from Cody Murray. Has Teninty grounded now. You see Teninty writhing in pain, working on the shoulder there. Look at that.
Absolutely. You know what's interesting about Murray is he's a guy who has always wanted to be in the world of pro wrestling, but felt like size was an issue for him. So in order to build his own credibility, he decided to go to the MMA and go to these places where he became, dare I say, undeniable. And that's the case here for the...
Whoa, hey. Keep it in the ring, man. Keep it in the ring.
You know, this is, normally we aren't this close to the action, so this is going to make for an interesting time for us here at Camp 10.
I just work here. Why is it?
I know. You got to be careful out here, Jordy. Don't worry, we're behind the desk. I'm going to get behind Jordy if anybody comes over here. I think I'll be safe.
He'll fight for us all.
Yeah, exactly.
No doubt about it.
But again, Cody Murray, you see him, he's been working on that shoulder, working on that left arm of Teninty. He finally brings him back in the ring the hard way.
You know, and to your point, this is where that MMA background comes into play. He's used to combat fighting, and he's always been very, very strategic in his matches. And so now, again, you work on the arm, you work on a body part. Wow. That changes things.
Yeah, that's one way to get out of it there from Teninty. Teninty, been around the block a few times, of course, as I mentioned, from one of the earlier classes here at the Nightmare Factory, and he's been working the indie scene for the last couple of years and really putting in his time.
Now, what I will say about this is that both competitors could have the intimidation of being stood up by the other because they both bring something important to the table. One has experience in wrestling, the other has experience in another sport, physical combat.
Yeah, exactly.
Certainly one of the challenges, you know, in transitioning from other combat sports to pro wrestling.
Oh, the disrespect. The disrespect.
And this is why they don't like the shock factor for this very reason.
And now with the foot right across the throat of Cody Murray, referee reprimanding Teninty.
You know, the intriguing thing when you watch a match like this is it becomes very, very quick to get caught up in the action, and you forget that in the case of Cody Murray, it is his first official pro wrestling match.
He's in trouble right now. He's just backed up in the corner. Teninty charges in, but Murray gets that back elbow up just in time, and now he's got Teninty rocking.
Absolutely. You know, we talk about it being his first pro wrestling match, but again, he's not a stranger to combat sports. He's been wrestling since the age of 4, and he held the record in his high school for the most wins. He had 145 wins while he was in high school.
Absolutely impressive, but what a suplex there. That was also impressive from Caleb Teninty.
You know, one thing's for certain, Teninty is not going to take it easy on Murray just because Murray is going to be an official graduate of the Nightmare Factory.
Listen, if Rose is a newbie here and this is his first match, he is impressively impressive. He's very good.
That's right, the Black Rose, Cody Murray, in a world of trouble right now as Teninty's right in his face.
And did you hear what Teninty told him? He says, "You're not better than me."
And again, to your point, GB, you asked which, whether it's the veteran campers or the new campers. Oh, what a German release suplex right on the back of his head went Caleb Teninty. My gosh, he might be out.
That's insane. That's my favorite move. The German suplex is my favorite move.
And it's one of the most dangerous moves, especially when you land just like you landed, like Teninty landed there. And listen to this crowd.
They are firmly behind Cody. The Black Rose with a big clothesline.
A series of clotheslines here, taking out Teninty now. Cody Murray, the Black Rose, coming back on the attack here.
Momentum clearly on the side of Murray. And you can see again, all of that combat sports experience is coming. Oh, look at that big knee, step up knee there.
That's right, high knee strike, and now Murray.
Oh, nicely done.
How about that again? Pressure on the arm. Went face first, did Teninty right to the canvas.
And Murray is setting up for something here. What's he got in mind?
Looked like he might have been going for the arm again. Another lariat, though.
Beautiful.
There's Murray. You see him holding his arm, but he's going for the lateral press here. Will it be enough? No.
Count of 2.
Teninty fired that right shoulder up just in time.
Absolutely incredible opportunity. And now Murray is trying to figure out, okay, what do I have to do to get on top of Teninty here? And you can tell he's thinking it through. What is it that I have to do? He's getting the crowd involved, and he's got something in mind.
All right, Teninty getting a little frustrated here. I think Murray's a little more of a task than he expected. Oh, face first. He just sent Murray right into the second turnbuckle. And now a quick roll up here. Will it be enough?
His feet on the rope.
And the referee caught him.
It's a good thing the referee caught him.
Lou Santiago doing a great job there, calling the action here.
He said it's not going down like that.
Whoa! Look out, a quick roll up here. Wait a second. Will it be enough? Oh! Teninty a little too focused on the referee there, but now Murray missed a clothesline, and now he's a quick roll up for Teninty. No!
Look at this.
He's switching into a Jujigatami. Jujigatami, the cross arm breaker.
Is he going to tap?
Oh, there it is. That is
Wow.
a tap out.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Cody Murray with that Jujigatami or arm crossbreaker, call it whatever you want, but it was effective, whatever he calls it. Man, Caleb Teninty in the loss column here tonight, and Cody Murray from Camp 10 in the win column.
Good for him. Good for him.
Big win there for Camp 10, and if we're keeping score, Camp 10 1, everybody else 0. Massive, impressive start there for the Black Rose. What a debut here in the sport of pro wrestling.
And you see the Black Rose fan club there in the front row. absolutely coming alive for Cody Murray. What an impressive showing.
I'm certainly excited to see where Cody Murray is going to go from here, but what a start. What an impressive start to his career.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is set for one ball. Weighing in at 208 pounds, from Columbus, Ohio.
M.A.O. Muhammad Ali Omar. They call him Big Mo in the spaces where he hangs out. And I'll tell you what, he's got a great look, he's got a great smile, and he is ready for what is going to be his debut match here. We're really excited to see what a story he has. Can't wait to tell you about Muhammad Ali Omar.
And there's that M.A.O. fan club in the first row over there with the signs up. Gotta love it, man. And GB, you and I had the pleasure of calling a couple of showcases ago this guy's match with one of the most interesting backstories out of any of our competitors here at the Nightmare Factory.
I would dare say, of all of the camps that we've had, perhaps, whoa, and he stomped right there on the flower, one of the most intriguing stories of any member to come through Camp 8. It's Samuel Pendragon. You know, you often hear people talk about passing the airport test. I think it's safe to say that both of these guys do. Pendragon, you're never going to forget him.
Absolutely not.
With a look like that, an entrance like that, how can you?
And the Big Mo chants ringing out here in the action building tonight for M.A.O.
And Pendragon.
You know, this isn't new, GB. We've seen him do this before. Yeah, he's trying to get his opponent to lay down for him, and it's not going to happen tonight. Big Mo's not going to lay down in his debut matchup.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. But right there, you see the difference in experience. You know, Big Mo is happy to be here, no doubt about it, but he quickly got reminded, you know, after you get past family and friends, it's about competition in the ring, and Pendragon could care less about people cheering for Big Mo.
My goodness, big forearms, big chops here from Pendragon.
Being happy to be here and just being happy will only get you so far in this business. You need to be confident, you need to be strong and determined. And if Big Mo wants to get this win, he needs to not just be happy to be here.
Absolutely. You know, if we wanted to be happy, we'd call Pharrell Williams. But the truth of it is, you've got to be able to get it done in the ring, as Big Mo is finding out. And there it is.
There we go.
Big Mo had a flurry of offense. He fired out of the corner with that big Larry, and now a scoop and a slam, center of the ring. Big Mo on fire here.
There it is.
What a senton.
Wait.
Penitent here, hang on.
Ooh. I need you guys to catch the back of his shirt. The back of Big Mo's shirt says, Tony Khan, call me.
Wow.
I like that kind of confidence.
Well, he has an opportunity to start out hot here with a big victory in his debut matchup here at the Nightmare Factory Showcase 10. Can he do it there? It looked like Pendragon going to take the low road, actually, going under the ring, getting out of the ring, trying to regather his thoughts here.
Absolutely. You know, I'm sure Tony Khan and all of the other officials in all of these pro wrestling promotions are watching what's happening here tonight, because everybody's looking for the next big star, and you could be seeing them right here tonight.
Oh, Pendragon with a big knife edge chop, but Mo's going to answer right back, and he's right there in front of his #1 fan club right there in the front row, and he's impressing all of us here in the action building with his chops.
You know, there's an aggression that you see there with Big Mo. And, you know, part of it, again, we saw when he came in the ring, he was happy to be here. But, you know, very, very quickly, he goes right back to kind of what got him here to the States. He's originally from Somalia, and he made his way here to the States because of a civil war, and he wanted to find peace. He wanted to find tranquility. And so it's really quickly, you know, it's really quick to be able to go back into those spaces when you were in and you're fighting for your life, and he's pulling on those reserves in this match.
So you say this man wants to find peace and tranquility. I don't know if you can find that in the professional wrestling ring.
Well, I would say this. I think you can find it, but look at this right now. He's trying to find out how to breathe.
Yeah, Pendragon there taking advantage of the referee's 5 count with that shin firmly across the throat of Big Mo.
You know, you think about, you know, we were talking about Big Mo. Pendragon, for those who may not be familiar, he was a guy who really loved life. You talk about being happy and kind and all those things. He loved that, but then he got corrupted by Morgan Le Fay, the half-sister of King Arthur. And when that happened, you know, everything changed. He wants to do the right thing, but he uses devious means to do that.
And I see that look on your face, Jordy. I don't know either, buddy. It's just what we're told. It's just what we're told.
I'm just telling you. And listen, if he believes it, and you're going to argue with him?
I'm not going to argue with the way he's taking Big Mo to task right now.
And look at this. What he's doing, he believes is right. And so he doesn't care about following the rules. It's any means necessary. I guess that's what would happen if you got corrupted by Morgan Le Fay.
Absolutely. And right now, Muhammad Ali Omar in a world of trouble here. He's backed up in the corner, taking these shots here from Pendragon. You know, referee trying to get him out of the corner. Snapmare takeover there from Samuel Pendragon. Maybe looking for a pin. Here's a lateral press. Count of 2.
This is, you know what? I see potential in both of these young men, and I really hope that they both understand that this is where it's at. Nightmare Factory is where it's at. Yep. These gentlemen both have it.
You know, the interesting thing is the Nightmare Factory, great training school, as we all know, but it is also the launch pad into what you can have in this business of pro wrestling. And obviously, Big Mo understands that, knowing the caliber of people have come through, but now he's grabbing him by the beard.
Look at this.
Is that even legal?
He's going to, a beard Beal. How about that?
How about that?
I've never seen that in my 7 years of being in this business.
It's exciting.
Pendragon across the ring now, and here goes Muhammad Ali Omar with a hip attack right in the corner, right to the face of Pendragon.
And now we're going to see that aggressive side of
pin here.
Muhammad Ali Omar, clearly named after the greatest of all time. Can he make that particular transition in the world of pro wrestling? We're finding out here with his debut match tonight.
Pendragon a little slow to get up here. Big Mo trying to figure out what to do next. Oh, but he ate a big back elbow there as Pendragon got to his feet just in time.
You know, that's part of the challenge of it being your very first match. With it being your first match, you are trying to figure out what in the world to do, and it all doesn't come together as clearly as it does for those with more experience.
I want to comment on the shirt. When you were saying about his back of the shirt, how it says
Heads up.
that will only get him so far. As long as he is humble and hungry, and he is grateful for any opportunity, he will get far in this business. I just hope that
he's here.
Whoa!
Wow.
Barely, just barely got that right shoulder up in time.
I just hope that this shirt and him feeling this confident isn't turning into cockiness, because cockiness will not get you far in this business.
Well, the thing is, in your very first match, you got to be able to back it up.
You have to, yeah.
Absolutely. And he's got the crowd behind him. But meanwhile, Pendragon went for something in a backdrop there.
Back body drop goes Pendragon, another lariat out of the corner. There's another one there for Big Mo. And I mean, these are lariats with a purpose.
They certainly are.
Oh, fireman's carry.
Samoan drop there, or maybe we'll call it a Somalian drop.
There you go. There we go.
I like that. A Somalian drop. Look at you.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Muhammad Ali Omar trying to bring Pendragon out to the center of the ring here, but not able to bring him out just yet.
And this crowd firmly behind Big Mo. Muhammad Ali Omar has got a plan.
He's got Pendragon in his sights, up on the shoulders again. Looking for a power slam.
Shades of Davey Boy Smith, the British Bulldog.
Yep.
Pin and tip, hooks the outside leg.
Oh, count of 2.
I really thought that might be it, guys, but Pendragon not going to lay down that easy.
Absolutely not.
The running power slam is one of my favorite moves because not only does it impact the impact of the ring hurt, but he's also landing on top of his opponent, so it's double the damage.
Great point.
Double the damage, double the pleasure, double the fun. And now the question.
I don't know if Pendragon would say double the fun.
No, he certainly wouldn't.
Oh, heads up, look at this. Big Mo going up to the second rope. What's he got in mind here?
Where's he going?
What is he doing?
Perhaps looking high risk.
What does he have in mind? Here we go.
Moonsault! Moonsault, but it missed. Nobody was home. Pendragon got out of the way just in time.
And I think to your point, he took way too much time with that, and that gave Pendragon an opportunity to anticipate that maneuver.
While nobody was home, it was a beautiful form, I will say that.
It looked great, but it backfired big time. And there's that running kick from Pendragon, and that might be all she wrote for Big Mo here. Oh, how about that?
Count of 2.
Not just yet. Can't count out the new guy just yet.
Certainly can't. Big Mo didn't come this far just to come this far. He came this far to win this match.
And to obviously have Tony Khan call.
Well, clearly.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I think we all need shirts.
And back to your point earlier, GB and Jordy, if you're going to have that on your shirt, like I said, you can't start out with a loss.
You certainly can't. And look at this.
Oh. Pump handle, perhaps?
Pendragon's got him up.
Unique offense here from Pendragon.
What is this going to turn into? But Big Mo's fighting out of it.
Saw those body shots. Finally escaped off the back. And charges in with a running uppercut there for Big Mo.
Big Mo has got Pendragon in the corner, taking him up to the ropes. There's a plan in play here.
Look out. From the top turnbuckle, what's he got in mind here?
This has muscle buster vibes to it.
If he hits this might be all she wrote.
Samoa Joe would be proud.
How about that with the muscle buster? Hooks the outside leg once again. Will it be enough?
He got him.
Big Mo is your winner.
Good for him.
M.A.O. coming out with a victory here in his debut match.
Tony Khan, call him.
There you go.
And call me too.
Call this man. He's got an amazing future, already a great following. This is exciting to see. What a welcome debut for Muhammad Ali Omar. Maybe indeed he could be the greatest.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is set for one fall.
Jordy!
Let me tell you. Let me tell you.
Up in
This
your
is
neck
my
of the woods.
city.
Yeah.
My city. This is my town. Erie boy. I'm from Erie, Pennsylvania. That boy is special.
We were going to lob it to him, but he grabbed it. I love it. Well, he's not from Erie. Instead, he's from the Bed-Stuy area of Brooklyn, New York. He's got money on his mind, and yeah, I love every bit of it. He can pass some of those off to us if he wants.
Please.
Yeah, I'll hold that for you.
Please.
Hustler. You think you heard me? Hustler.
It's very interesting to watch his development. Of course, he is a graduate of the Nightmare Factory in previous classes, and he's gone through a bit of an evolution, dare I say.
So let me tell you something special about the Erie kid. I've been in this business for 7 years. This kid has watched me, been doing this for 7 years. I feel like a veteran because he came up to me and said, I've been watching you since I was a kid.
Now, you know, Jordy, I got to tell you, Aiden Hall, I tell you what, before you got here, I was here earlier in the day, and at the venue, he came up to me and he goes, hey, is Jordy coming tonight?
Gonna take it,
Oh, no, wait a second.
get on top of you, the ref's gonna count 1, 2, 3, and it's over.
The Hustler's trying to bribe the from his opponent here.
He's a hustler, baby.
There it is. I was wondering when you were going to pull that out,
You knew
GB.
it was coming.
I knew it was coming.
Oh.
He just tore it. Wait, you could have given it to me.
You don't tear the money.
How do you disrespect
I mean, I know you're going to turn down the bribe. That's one thing.
1 for the money, 2 for the show. At no point do you rip the money.
That's a hundo. I mean, I'm looking right at it.
Yeah, it certainly is.
I would have taken that.
I'd still go
That's a
take it.
Franklin, isn't it?
Tape it up.
Yeah.
But that's a big chop, and I'm sure the hustler is not a fan of this at all.
Aiden Hall was
the
not.
offer.
He was not all about the Benjamins.
Clearly.
But Aiden Hall in trouble here. The hustler Rick Reese taking it to him here. And much like we said in all the previous matches, and like we'll say all night, you have these new campers from Camp 10 taking on these former campers. And there's got to be a little bit of sense of pride there. You don't want the new guys beating the veterans and vice versa.
You certainly don't. But, you know, when you're somebody like the hustler who... Oh, look at this. He's having fun right now.
Oh, right in front of us. But Hall blocked it now. He returns the favor to Rick Reese. Oh, multiple shots.
Reese is in trouble right now.
Face first multiple times into that top turnbuckle.
Now I will just say this as one who respects the locks. Be careful with the hair
I
there.
was gonna say that probably hurts, huh?
Yeah,
Emotionally.
ankle lock.
Ooh.
No,
for sure.
Aiden was going for that ankle lock, but Rick Reese quickly able to escape out of it. Now, big elbow right to the forehead.
You know, you look at all of the antics there on the hustler, you may not realize that, you know, this guy has a strong amateur wrestling background. Look at it, he just said he's a hustler, baby.
Dropped the knuckles right across the forehead of Aiden Hall there.
14-year amateur wrestling at Indiana Tech. He was a New York State freestyle champion, and he did it on a wrestling scholarship.
So Aiden might be new here to this camp, and he might be a new trainee. Let me tell you,
Look
here
at
in
this.
Pennsylvania.
The money train?
Oh! Woo! Right on target is the hustler. And Aiden in trouble here.
And 4 to go. On 5.
Uh-oh. Oh, bulldog right out of the corner. The hustler with the pin attempt here. Will it be enough?
I gotta tell you, I am really impressed with what I'm seeing from the hustler, Rick Reese.
Well, wait until the Erie kid comes in. Wait until Aiden Hall comes in, because let me tell you, Erie is one of the best places for professional wrestling, and he is under the tutelage of my boss, Big League John McChesney, and I know that this kid's gonna go places.
Oh, what a transition into the ankle lock. We saw him try to apply it earlier. Now he's got it locked in, and he's pulling Rick Reese away from the ropes, back to the center of the ring.
Aiden Hall, a strong future in this business.
Pull, kid, pull.
At 19 years old, he's in some veteran-like moves there, pulling his opponent back to the middle of the ring, but Rick Reese able to counter and sent Aiden right into the second turnbuckle, now laying the boots to him.
You know, it's so interesting, 19 years old, but yet a massive fan of all things pro wrestling. When you are a fan and you have watched this business on TV or anywhere else, it becomes clear that you pick up certain things just by watching.
Oh, and I know I did in my 7 years of being around a ring.
And Reese using that top rope to choke his opponent there, taking advantage of the referee's 5 count. And soaking in the boos and the cheers from this crowd.
Look, he does not mind. You know, when you've got the money, you don't really care if you've got the adulation of the people, and that's certainly the case here for the hustler, Rick Reese.
I can almost reach that hundo if I can maybe tape it back together. You think it can still
Listen,
still good?
Something tells me, though, that the hustler's probably going to grab it before he
look
leaves.
out.
Win or lose.
Another scoop slam there to Aiden from Rick Reese. Into the ropes goes the hustler, baby.
Oh,
there it is.
A big elbow.
Sorry, I had to do it too, GP.
I see.
Wasn't nearly as good, though. Pin attempt. And just a 2 count once again.
Rick Reese there, sizing things up.
Oh, did he just call for the diamond cutter here?
He certainly did.
In the hometown of Diamond Dallas Page.
Wow.
Oh, he's going for it, but he missed. Oh, and both men with the same idea. Both went for a lariat.
And now Reese responds, but a big elbow there from Aiden Hall.
Let's go, kid. That's right. Do it again.
And Erie, Pennsylvania's finest coming alive here, as you mentioned, Jordy.
But a big knee there. And look at an attempt. Whoa.
Oh, heads up. Oh. Reese landing in a very precarious
I haven't
position.
seen that move in years.
Great day.
Reese is in trouble now. And back to the ankle lock once again goes Aiden Hall.
I'll tell you what, Aiden Hall is committed to this ankle lock one way or the other.
He's doing a great job of pulling him back to the center of the ring anytime he gets close to the bottom rope.
It's a smart move there, but a big counter. Oh, but he held on.
Wait a second. Yeah, he didn't release. You're right, GB. really laying it in there. The way the ankle's bending is almost grotesque.
Are we going to see a tap? Oh, no.
Finally. Rick Reese not giving up, finally got to the bottom rope.
I will say, us Erieites, we are committed. We never give up.
I see.
Prime example right here with Aiden Hall, but a thumb to the eye. The referee saw it. He reprimanded there, Rick Reese, but it was after the fact. Look at the back suplex. Can he capitalize here?
And Reese, who really has gotten himself into some great shape over these last few years. Again, I think the money is certainly, and I speak the money.
Maybe he heard you, GB. Whoa, hey,
really?
Hey.
He's making it he's making it rain.
Meanwhile, it was kind of a distraction, but it backfired there as a quick roll-up from Aiden Hall.
Certainly did.
Again, here we go, right back to the ankle one more time.
Now the question, he locked it in.
He's laid up. He's grapevine the leg, and he tapped.
That is right.
Wow.
Erie at its finest. Let me tell you that right now.
You said it, Jordy, man. What a matchup there.
Bravo, kid. Bravo.
But here's the thing. There you go.
He's collecting his
Aiden's
payment.
grabbing the loot.
Look at our referee here. Hang on a second. Is he going to think he's going to pocket that?
Hey, listen, everybody's looking for a payday.
Give us some.
But what a debut here for Aiden Hall.
I think that just goes to show you how hurt Rick Reese was that he didn't go grab his money.
Yeah, or maybe he just got enough of it that he didn't care.
Well, that too.
All I know is, hey, ref,
give us some of the money.
Well, congratulations once again to Aiden Hall on his debut here for Camp 10 at the Nightmare Factory Student Showcase. What a match.
Proud veteran moment for me right now, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is set for one fall.
Sins making his way out for his professional wrestling debut match here. The former gymnast looking to show what he's got here at the Student Showcase.
I'll tell you what, he's got an amazing look. And I'm telling you, this kind of look is going to automatically get attention from a lot of people.
Trevor Blackwell, a face we are very familiar with. We've seen him here at the Nightmare Factory for a few years now. And we talked about this before the show, GB, clearly hitting the weights. Coming in at 220 tonight from right down the road in Stone Mountain.
Absolutely. He has been in the gym for sure, working out, doing quite a bit. Certainly his attitude remains that of a tough guy, one half of the Southeast SWAT team, and he's ready to get some things done. We've got the bell, and now we've got this debut match here for Luis Sins, who excited to see. He's certainly got a great fan base here. The question is, what can he do against someone who can be considered a veteran at this point, Trevor Blackwell?
We're about to find out. Of course, we talked about it in the earlier matches, and I'll say it again, but we've seen Trevor Blackwell in so many of these showcases working with the new campers. And he's always, especially somebody like Blackwell, always has a bit of a rough attitude. You see right there, he definitely doesn't want these new guys kind of showing him up in the ring.
He certainly doesn't, but you know, you look at the background of Luis Sins, and one of the things that you see for sure, him being a gymnast, I really think that being a gymnast these days is kind of the new path in the world of pro wrestling, and when it does that, it makes you more limber, it makes you more athletic, acrobatic, and really puts you in a great space, as you can see.
Luis Sins returning the favor right there to Blackwell.
Being a gymnast definitely helps you in the ring with agility, right? But what Blackwell has is experience. Both of these gentlemen have something to bring to the table.
They certainly do, and that's what's making this matchup intriguing for sure. You know, they say styles make fights, and I think we're about to learn what the style is for Lewis Sins, but for Blackwell, you know, you mentioned the experience. He's been all over the independent wrestling world, and there's something about when you have wrestled in many places, it gives you a lot of experience. You have the experience of the people that you worked with, of the locker rooms that you've shared, and that's making things very, very interesting for Blackwell.
Big shoulder tackle there from Blackwell. Up and over he goes. Luis Sins going for a trip there. Leapfrog from Sins. Nicely done. Back elbow from Sins. Takes down Blackwell.
Luis Sins has got a, nice round kick there.
Really, yeah, he caught him right in the ribs. Kind of took Blackwell off his game there. And now back into a hammerlock he goes, but no a counter for Luis Sins. Trying to work on that left arm of Blackwell.
Catching your opponent off guard is the best thing you can do in a match like this.
You know, Sins has got this really neat look to him, reminding me of a young Chief Jules Strongbow, or even thinking of kind of the Briscoes, as in Gerald and Jack Briscoe, back when they started, basically. So this is a really good look, and if he follows either of those trajectories, he's going to have a great career.
Straight right hand right into the gut. From Blackwell to Sins here. Sins gonna get sent across in the opposite corner. Up and over he goes though. Oh, maybe a head scissors perhaps. And there it is.
And there is that the gymnast technique there in background that's working for him here.
Oh, it looked like Sins might have been going for a monkey flip, but instead he gets hung up on the top rope.
You know, one thing that fans have loved over the years are high flyers. You know, from Ricky the Dragon Steamboat to AJ Styles to, you know, now you look at Will Ospreay and Ricochet. Lots of great high flyers. Again, with these gymnast backgrounds really become very appealing to fans and promoters alike.
Something about Trevor Blackwell, we've noticed it over the years that we've been calling his matches. Everything he does is so intense, such a purpose. Such to my point right there with that scoop slam.
Yeah, Blackwell's not a very happy guy.
I will say agility can only get you so far. Being a flippy guy that can do incredible heights of feet, everything, they can only get you so far. You have to be ring intelligent. You have to understand everything, your opponent, the types of matches you're going to do. So as much as gymnast being is good for him, he needs to understand the physicalities of this, the technicalities.
Oh, he's finding out right here in his debut match. Trevor Blackwell, because Blackwell is not holding back.
Certainly not. And one of the things that I noticed in watching this is one of the transitions one might have to make from being a gymnast to being a pro wrestler really deals a lot with, you know, just how much you're able to not just be agile, but what your cardio looks like. You know, being able to kind of last through these particular moments, and I think that's being tested for Sins right now.
So many body shots back and forth, being a fist and a knee, and there's a suplex there from Trevor Blackwell, lateral press, will it be enough?
Count of two. You know, one of the other things that doesn't happen certainly in the realm of gymnastics is combat. You know, so certainly being able to do these great moves are fantastic. It gets really tested, of course, when you get punched in the stomach or punched in the face, or you have these kinds of moves, and that's what we're seeing here from Sins. How is he responding to Trevor Blackwell?
All those body shots there from Blackwell. That Blackwell just trying to squeeze the life out of Sins, trying to cut off that air supply, but it's not going to work as Sins finally off the ropes, and he collapses into a pin attempt here.
He certainly did, and that's what we were talking about in terms of, you know, the cardio being tested right here.
You see, yeah, he was trying to go under for a go-behind there, but he just collapsed once again. Again, to your point, GP, a lot of air taken out of him, a lot of that cardio coming into play here.
And to his credit, it's his first match.
Yeah.
You can truly see Blackwell's experience because he realized that he is a gymnast. If you go after the gymnast in their cardio area, like their stomach or their face, or even their legs, it will debilitize them a little bit.
For sure, knocking the wind out of him, you need that air to be able to become aerial, dare I say.
Yes.
And so, yeah, now it's interesting because Sins is going to have to pull on something that he might not have had to pull on in his gymnastics background, which is aggression, which is, you know, rage, which is anger. And we're starting to see that come out. There you go.
That's right, Luis Sins finding that second win finally. Oh, and a bulldog off the ropes to Blackwell. Blackwell, could this be the time that Sins could capitalize here?
Certainly, and it's one of the differences in terms of things that you can use in pro wrestling that you can't use in gymnastics. Now he can take that anger and channel it and use it.
There's the monkey flip clip he was looking for earlier. And now it's a cutter. What a cutter there from Luis Sins. Will it be enough?
Impressive
Both
cutter.
legs.
Got him, too.
And just barely. Trevor Blackwell, I think he caught him off guard because to this point, he's basically had the advantage in this matchup.
He certainly has. And now the question is, can Sins think well on his feet? Look at this, Blackwell went right there to the gut with kind of a headbutt there.
Yeah, just trying to ground Sins once again, but Sins back up to his feet at the corner here.
I will say, he needs to stop targeting one specific spot. He needs to target the other parts of the body.
What's he got in mind here? He just planted Sins, did Blackwell. Blackwell scooped the leg, but it wasn't going to be enough. Just two from our official Paul Santa.
I would like you to kind of dig into that strategy a bit more, because most times we think focus on a specific body part and work on that, but you're saying that Blackwell perhaps will focus on different body parts.
He is focusing way too much on the gut. He needs to focus on the legs or the head more, because at some point, Luis is going to realize, hey, I'm being hit here so many times. I should probably try to...
Oh, well, with that, there was a drop kick there coming out of the corner.
See? Legs. I'm telling you. If Blackwell goes for the legs, that debilitizes his aerial ability.
But here's what's interesting. He's having a hard time getting up right now, and I think that has a lot to do with the wind being knocked out of him.
Correct, and you are correct. And you know what? Maybe this will get him the win by targeting one part of the body.
Oh, he got the code breaker.
Code breaker from off the ropes. That's got to do it. Hooks both legs here. And he got it. Luis Sins.
Good for him.
Luis Sins, it's got to be considered an upset. He was the underdog the entire matchup. He kept trying to go for that code breaker, could not connect, and finally did as Trevor Blackwell came off the top rope. What an impressive outing for Luis Sins.
These kids keep surprising me, man. They keep surprising me. Good for them.
I'll tell you what, he's pulled it out, and this is another proof of the impact of the 12 weeks of training here at the Nightmare Factory.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is set for one fall. Introducing first, weighing at 197 pounds, from Virginia, Wiley Mondo.
Wiley Mondo all the way from Roanoke, Virginia, as you heard the lovely Diana just mention. And I got to mention a shout out to the guys behind us in the front row, the Wiley Mondo fan club right here behind us. They're going crazy.
I love it.
And his opponent.
But boy, oh boy, GP, he's got his work cut out for him.
Certainly does.
I recognize that music.
Oh boy.
Weighing in at 315 pounds, from Asheville, North Carolina, the Warden.
Jordy, you were with us in the last showcase. You remember this guy.
Oh, I remember. How can you forget the Warden?
Absolutely.
The Warden has quite the story, of course, coming to us from the original camp.
Wow.
He has not changed.
I think he just, forgive me for saying this, but he just blew a snot rocket into the front row.
No way.
He's not endearing himself to this crowd.
Well, the Warden isn't exactly known for being kind and sweet and generous. He's a guy who, again, came from the original.
Come on,
Wow.
come on, keep it away from us.
Jeez. Originally from Camp 1, here's a guy, and let me just tell you this guy's dedication. He literally lived outside in his van so he could be a part of Camp 1. And so he's got grit, he's got determination, and it's that kind of grit that makes him say, you know what? Not just anybody's going to come through here at the Nightmare Factory.
This is going to be a good one, guys. Warden charges in. He caught a kick right to the back of the thigh there. Mondo once again going after that leg.
You know, one of the things...
Oh, Geary there from Mondo, and it just rocked the Warden.
One of the things that's so exciting for a lot of the new campers is they had a chance to see just how many opportunities and how much experience a lot of the previous campers have had. You know, the...
Oh my. You could just hear it reverberating throughout the action building here with that knife edge chop from the Warden. When up and over goes Mondo, much quicker with the head scissors. Nice takeover there.
Forgive me for gimmick and Frederick Caprice, but oh my God!
Warden went for a shot, but he caught a right hand for his troubles. Charges in again and caught a shoulder right to the gut. Up and over goes Mondo with the sunset flip, trying to get the big man over. Can he get him, though? The Warden just too big.
You know, there's an interesting commonality that we've seen with a lot of the new campers, and that is many of them have been amateur wrestlers before. And that's the case with Wiley Mondo, who has been amateur wrestling for 5 years, played baseball for 12 years, a very athletic young man who's making his debut here in the sport.
Maybe this athleticism will give him the upper hand against the Warden.
Well, certainly that athleticism is going to help him, and he's going to need all that he can, certainly giving up about 100 pounds here to the Warden.
And it wasn't helping there. He got his face raked across the top rope, but now he's tied up in the ropes and just snapped back with that whiplash effect from the Warden to Wiley Mondo.
You know, we talked before about the experience that these previous campers have gained, and the Warden obviously going all the way back to Camp 1. He's been all over the wrestling world. We've even seen him on AEW television. And, you know, when you get that kind of experience, you bring all
my goodness.
bring all of it with you.
Wiley Mondo digging out deep, able to kick out there, too. Whew, but you see the pain he's in right now, just writhing in pain after that suplex.
Certainly, and, you know, for all the training that you go through, nothing can really prepare you for once you actually get into a match.
You know what this kid needs to be? This kid needs to be Wiley Coyote. You know, that's the only way that he can win at this point.
I see what you're saying.
Well, the problem is he going to run into kind of one of those bricks or one of those rocks? That's the real question here.
I think he is with the Warden. I think he is the brick.
There's a jawbreaker there from Mondo, creating a little bit of separation. Into the ropes he goes, ducks a back elbow, and he just caught the kitchen sink from the Warden.
I'll tell you, this is a trial by fire, dare I say, for Wiley Mondo, in there with one of the largest graduates, certainly, of the Nightmare Factory, going all the way back to Camp 1.
Oh, come on. Now he's going right back to the nose again.
What is with this dude's obsession with noses?
You know, that's a... No!
I can assure you, for everyone watching, that they did not teach him that here in the Nightmare
But look
Factory.
at Mondo biting the thumb there of the Warden. And guys, I've never seen that before, so I don't even know how to call it.
Yeah, I can call it for you. It's nasty.
It's disgusting,
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Well, Mondo, again, back in trouble as he's whipped into the ropes and just splashed by the Warden. Here's another one.
Good grief, we might change the Warden's name to Mr. Jackson because he's nasty.
Exactly.
You nasty, Warden. I'm just saying. Look out now.
Oh, went for another one of those game-changing chops for the reversal here.
Mondo able to counter briefly. Oh, he ducks again. And back to the chops goes Mondo.
Wiley Mondo fighting for his proverbial life and career at this point.
Ducks a clothesline. Oh, but he just ate a back elbow as the Warden fired out of the corner there. Man, Mondo's down.
He's certainly down, and the Warden is...
Not well received.
Not at all, and the Warden is going to a place he's not normally seen. He's going up here to the middle row.
If he can connect with this luckily for Mondo able to get out of the way just in time, because that would have been it.
Yeah, his career would have been one and done.
He would have been flat like Wiley Coyote.
For sure.
There's a European uppercut and then a big flying forearm in the corner. Now up to the second turnbuckle goes Mondo. What's he got in mind here?
Sizing him up.
A blockbuster! A blockbuster out of the corner, and he kips up for good measure. He's fired up, and so is the crowd here at the Action Building.
So am I.
Oh, heads up. Look at the strength! The strength of Mondo, but Warden able to escape. And now, Wiley Mondo able to escape here.
Look at this. Brilliant.
That front chancery applied, trying to choke him out here.
But he can't seem to get the Warden down.
This crowd chanting for him to tap, but it's not going to work. The Warden is too big, and he just throws Wiley Mondo off of him.
You know, I see why he calls himself the Warden. If he's had to deal with this, you know, with folks in jail like this, you had to beat him up like this, and that's exactly what he's doing.
He's going to go for this one more time, this Vader Bomb, if he can hit it. But look, Wiley Mondo, the Warden taking way too much time, and Mondo right back on the attack.
But look at this, a kick there from, look at this.
He's got his head trapped. Oh! And a thrust kick right to the face of the Warden.
I saw the contact of that. Good Lord.
Brilliant maneuver, and look at the power. Look at the power.
Oh! The Emerald Flotion. Will it do it? Will that be enough? That running power slam.
That's it.
And he got him.
That was incredible.
Wiley Mondo with a massive win here. And I gotta tell you, I'm impressed with the power game here of Wiley Mondo. What a great way to finish this match, exerting his power over the Warden.
Impressive. This young man is very impressive.
Absolutely, and the Wiley Mondo fan club going nuts here behind us. So proud of their guy.
As they should. What an opening debut. What a big win for him. I think the sky's the limit for Mr. Mondo.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is set for one fall.
He is in the house tonight for his big old matchup here at camp number 10 for the Nightmare Factory Student Showcase.
Yeah, we certainly don't ask where he is because we know where he is and we know why he's here.
And his opponent.
He's certainly looking to show us why they call him the King. Well, from the young Don, we go to a guy who, quite frankly, I love calling this guy's matches. Parker Lee, who has been around. I call him a young Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. What an incredible career he's had. The people love him. I love him. Welcome to Parker Lee.
And this crowd is going nuts for Parker Lee. As you mentioned, we're very familiar with him, and this crowd apparently is as well. And the Don did not endear himself to the crowd as he came out. But like you said, the Don coming out here, and he's got about a year of experience in the wrestling business. Parker Lee a little more than that. And so the Don's going to have his work cut out for him here.
I remember Parker Lee from the last time I was here.
Yeah.
He impressed me a lot.
Absolutely. Parker Lee, one of the early graduates here in the Nightmare Factory. And the Don, the young Don as he calls himself, interesting story behind him. Most of the folks who have come here, really it's their very first match. For him, his career actually began in 2019. However, because of the pandemic, it really hindered his training, his ability and opportunity to wrestle. So really he's only had 1 year of experience. And so from that he said, let me go ahead and get it done by coming to the Nightmare Factory.
Absolutely, and just to clarify, 1 year of pro wrestling experience. He's actually 4 years of amateur wrestling experience, so he's not new to the game necessarily, but I tell you what, Romeo Cruz has his work cut out for him here against a guy like Parker Lee.
You know, when you look at the long lineage of pro wrestlers who first began in amateur wrestling, I mean, good grief, you can go back to Bob Backlund, Brad Rangans, or you can really come more current to Kurt Angle and several others, Mark Henry, Brock Lesnar, I mean, Shelton Benjamin. We can really start running down the list of folks who amateur wrestling really served them well. This could be the case for the young Don. However, he's got to get past Parker Lee, and Parker Lee is special.
Well, he's got to be careful here as he's trying to jaw with the crowd out there in the front row. He needs to get back in the ring and focus on his opponent.
He certainly does.
But you can't take too much time like this with somebody like Parker Lee.
Because Parker Lee will fly.
We'll come back to bite him here if he's not careful.
He certainly does.
Listen to this crowd. Really letting Romeo Cruz have it.
Look at this, he breaks it. Wow. He quickly is getting, and look at this, back into the ring. He's taking his own sweet time, and there's something to be said about that. He's taken the crowd out of it, and now look at this, he's in control. You see that? He blamed the crowd and said, you made me do it.
And I'm sorry, but from my angle, I saw how hard Parker Lee's face just hit that turnbuckle, and it was not pretty.
Look at that.
Oh! What a collision there.
I think he just made Cruz pay.
The moment that you blame the fans for something is when they will get on the opponent's side. And that's when it becomes your downfall.
But a huge lariat there from Romeo Cruz as he fires back in at Parker Lee.
And you can see Cruz is not really caring about whether the people like him or not. He's far more interested in winning this debut match here, and really it's a restart for him. Think about what the pandemic took from so many people and how it impacted the world of pro wrestling. I think Romeo wants to be able to make this the reset button that he's pressing.
And like his attitude or not, like I said, he's not really endearing himself to this crowd or to us. But I will say that before the show, we had a chance to speak with him briefly, and he had one of the best quotes I've heard all week here. where we asked him about being here at the Nightmare Factory. He said, well, you want to be the best, you got to train with the best. And that's why he came here to the Nightmare Factory.
Absolutely. He said silence. Ain't got no money, punk. Silence.
Put a little pepper on that one.
I'm telling you.
I don't think he's done yet. Oh, he missed that time as Parker Lee out of the way. Fires off with a knife edge chop of his own.
Parker Lee with a big chop there.
Knife edge chops are the hardest chops. My chest hurts.
The Don is going to have Parker Lee's handprint in his chest for weeks.
Some of the hardest bumps, man. They just, those hurt, man. They sting.
Oh, look out.
Oh! But that's what he got for his trouble. Snake eyes there.
Quick go by Ripcord Lariat from Romeo Cruz. Romeo Cruz, you might hit him with a couple of chops, but that's not going to deter him yet. It's another lateral press here. Will it be enough?
He calls himself a young Don Corleone because he's not afraid of punishment. He's not afraid of being in difficult situations, and that's clearly what we're seeing here. He's like a Rolex, or Timex rather. He takes a licking and keeps on kicking. Though I think his taste is probably expensive.
I was going to say, he'd probably prefer a Rolex, but another suplex there.
Certain of that.
From Romeo Cruz, and Parker Lee is in a world of pain right now.
Certainly is. Parker Lee's got some figuring to do right now.
He needs to get with the crowd. The crowd needs to get behind him, and he needs to accept it in order to be able to fight Romeo.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to need whatever help he can get right now because Romeo isn't moved by the crowd, and Romeo's certainly in charge of this matchup right now.
Cruz noticing how quick Parker Lee was, trying to slow that pace down now, just holding that left arm, but a nice jawbreaker there of sorts from Parker Lee.
Parker Lee now looking to turn the tide here in this matchup.
Reversal into the corner, but Parker Lee gets that right foot up just in time, right to the jaw of Romeo Cruz.
Here's the thing that Cruz doesn't want. Cruz
world backbreaker from Cruz. Right to the lower back.
I was going to say the thing Cruz doesn't want is for Parker Lee to start flying, and that's one of the ways to ground him.
What a matchup we are seeing here, guys.
A great match. Parker Lee is being tested for sure. And, you know, we talked about confidence earlier in the show. Romeo Cruz is full of confidence.
Is it confidence or is it confidence?
Maybe a little bit of both.
Maybe a bit of both, and right now he's backing all of it up.
Absolutely, and Parker Lee once again just writhing in pain as he's taking those boots in the corner. Slow to get back to his feet. Is Romeo Cruz going to kind of let him get back up? I don't know if this is a mistake here. Maybe stay on the attack.
Yeah, Cruz has got an intentional pace right now.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, gentlemen, but I don't remember Parker Lee being on this side of the combat last time I was here.
You're right. It's rare that we see Parker Lee in this much trouble.
That's right.
Big back body drop, though, from Lee. He's able to create a little bit of separation, and you see he's got the safety of being out on the ring apron here.
Certainly does. I think it speaks to the power of Romeo Cruz. Again, you know, that year experience that he had already gave him a leg up above many of the others that were in Camp 10.
Absolutely. Referee here at 4 with this count. Both men slow to get up. Cruz up to a knee finally. Parker Lee up to his knees. Now both men finally back up to a vertical base. And a huge European uppercut there from Romeo Cruz.
I mean, huge, but look at that. A right hand there coming from Parker Lee.
And now we've got ourselves a slugfest.
We certainly do.
My favorite kind of fest, man.
My goodness.
Another one.
Another big European and another big right hand from Parker Lee.
You wonder which one's going to win out.
Who's going to be last man standing?
Parker Lee looking for a backslide perhaps? No, but a counter and an escape from Romeo Cruz, but it didn't last long as he's eaten a series of lariats now from Parker Lee. Look at that. And a step-up kick right in the forehead from Parker Lee.
This is the Parker Lee that I remember.
This is the one you were talking about.
Yes.
Heads up, Parker Lee charges in, up and over he goes out of the ring apron. But he rolls back in. And hits a code breaker.
Double knees to the face.
I actually think the true odds.
Oh, hang on, Pendragon's here.
Ooh, count of two.
That was close.
I was going to say, I really think the true entrance music for Parker Lee might have come from Lizzo, because that boy is special.
I like that. I like that.
He's special. And you can see that from his movements. You can see that from the way he carries himself. But now the question is, and it looks like he's firing
You
up.
said it earlier, Parker Lee's going to fly. Oh, he went through a sliding kick right through the ring, and he caught him. Maybe not all of it, but he got enough of it.
He certainly did get enough of that. And now
clubbing blow right to the spine.
we're seeing the aggressive side of Parker Lee, and I think that's a big result, again, of all that Romeo Cruz did during this match. Now, here's what Cruz did not want. He did not want Parker Lee to go aerial, and that's what's about to happen.
Parker Lee eyeing him up.
Oh, wait.
Oh, look out now.
He had one plan, it didn't quite work the way he wanted to.
So much has been taken out of Parker Lee. You saw him just collapse to the mat here. So much has been taken out of him throughout this matchup.
I think the collapse was part of the leg getting caught in the ropes when you get that kick.
But look at this, a comeback
Might have
potentially.
been for a roll up here. No, but a roll through into a cutter.
Nicely done.
Parker Lee hits the cutter. And I'm not sure if Romeo knows where he is right now.
I don't know. Can he
Go.
Lateral press, hooks the outside leg. Will it be enough?
count of two?
Not quite.
Yeah, this Don kid, this Romeo, young Don, this kid has heart.
He definitely has heart. He's got all kinds of things going through him, as he certainly won't give up.
Yeah, like him or not, you can't deny that this kid has it. Oh, look for a handsaw. Here's Parker Lee, but Romeo able to get out of the way once again.
Perform, but nobody home.
You know, you talked before, Jordy, about the form. The form looked great, but you know, the key to all the great form is you got to actually land it.
Have contact.
They haven't done connected, doesn't do any good.
Absolutely.
Once again, mine here. Look for an inverted suplex there, and you saw how hard Parker Lee just hit. He might be out. This could do it, folks.
Creative move.
Scoop the arm, hook the left, but no. Just in time, that left shoulder fired up off the mat.
What a great match here for Parker Lee.
Determination and grit is what both these gentlemen have, and heart.
It certainly is. The question is, what's going to win out? As what in the world?
Where is Romeo going? Romeo looking under the ring. This is
a steel chair.
Well, this is not a no DQ matchup.
It certainly isn't. What are we doing here?
I'm not sure what he's got in mind here. The referee clearly sees it.
Thank God for the good referee.
This chair, I disqualify you. The match gets thrown out.
Yeah, our ref here, Richard, letting him know.
That's right.
The referee said, "Can you do it?" Not gonna be able to do it.
Referee doing his job here with the chair.
Oh, but a poke in the eye.
The referee distracted.
Wow.
And a poke to the eye there. And now trying to get Parker Lee up on his shoulders. The referee never saw it. Oh, a TKO from Romeo. No way, not like this.
Wow.
Wow. The TK Romeo just laid him out. Parker Lee in a bad way right now, and Romeo coming out with a victory here in his Nightmare Factory Camp 10 Showcase matchup.
Using the chair as a distraction to rake the eyes to get the pin. That's smart. It's not perfect, it's not condoning, but hey.
Yeah, like it or not, it worked.
Listen, and at the end of the day, a win is a win. Nobody asks how did he get the win. They just ask, did he get the win? And Romeo Cruz with a big win here at Camp 10.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is set for one fall. Introducing first,
Well, here comes Truj, and he's got a great look. The people are loving him. Straight out of Johns Creek, Georgia, making his debut here in the world of pro wrestling. And yeah, he's got his crew with him. Can Truj pull off a big win here?
and his opponent.
I saw KayJay backstage earlier. He didn't have his kimono on, and I almost didn't know who he was. I said, "Where's your kimono?"
Right.
I only know him as a dude in kimono, and there he is. And he's got his work cut out for him as Truj here, making his Nightmare Factory debut. I might call him Truj Dread. That just sounds cool.
I see where you
See
went
what I
with
did
that,
there?
sir.
Yeah.
I see what you did with that.
Truj, an interesting name here, but he's got a fan club. They've got their signs going here. Referee calls for the bell. And here we go, Truj versus KayJay Impala.
You can tell that Truj has some confidence because he wasn't trudging to the ring.
Ah, there you go.
Thought about that, but
He had a little hop in his step.
yeah, he did.
Now they're locking up.
You know, this is going to be interesting because Truj, at 235 pounds, in a lot of circles you would imagine, and certainly in this class, he would have kind of a weight and height advantage over most of his campers. However, you're dealing with KayJay Impala, who certainly seems to have a height and weight advantage and certainly an experience advantage.
And with Impala, we've seen him numerous times over the last couple of years working the independent scene around Georgia, around the Southeast. And for a guy his size, very athletic, can do a lot of different styles in the ring. Certainly can.
If his name is Impala, does that mean we're going to see any Impala DDTs?
Hey, maybe.
We might. Certainly hailing from Detroit, a lot of great wrestling has happened, of course, in Detroit. And he is a graduate of Camp 4, so certainly he's had an opportunity to really see a lot, been around the world. And the question is now, back here at the Nightmare Factory, can he put the boots to Truj?
Truj with a big hip toss there to KayJay Impala, feeling it right in the lower back.
You know, this is Truj's first match, and he cites going all the way back to Raw in 2011 as some of his earliest history in loving the world of pro wrestling. And he cited two very interesting names that made him go, I want to be a wrestler. And it was a match between John Cena and CM Punk that made him go, yeah, I want to do this. I think those are two pretty solid names.
Yeah, two pretty good names. And there's a big chop right on the outside, right in front of the fan club there, the Truj fan club.
I mean, if you're going to do it, that's the place to...
Oh, he put a little stank on that one.
He certainly did.
Leaving his handprint right in the chest of KayJay Impala. Ducks a close.
Look at this.
Now up on the shoulders goes KayJay Impala. Oh, but he just rammed Truj face first right into the ring post.
You know, one thing about Impala has had experience both in and out of the ring, knows his way around, and I think Truj may have bitten off a little too much by going outside of the ring and trying to get too familiar out there.
Yeah, KayJay's at the point. You see that vicious lariat. KayJay's at the point right now where he's done playing around.
Certainly is.
Pendragon here hooks the outside leg. But Truj able to get that shoulder up just in time.
You know, some of the times that we've seen KayJay Impala, he's been lighthearted, he's been kind, but he's tired of playing nice right now. And again, you play differently when you're dealing with folks who are in the camp at a space where you used to be. It's kind of like when you went to school, you know, when you were the high school senior and you're watching these freshmen come in, they don't get to walk all over senior lane.
Little fish in a big pond.
There you go.
Very, very true. Strong whip there into the turnbuckle by KayJay Impala.
Heads up, Impala's gonna fly. Big back elbow into the corners. Takes out the leg there of Truj. Now Truj in a bad way in the corner here. What's he got in mind? Oh, I think we know what's coming. Huge hip attack from KayJay Impala. He backed it up right into the face of Truj.
He certainly did. You mentioned about the different styles.
Hang on, Pendragon here.
You mentioned the different styles that Impala can perform, and we're seeing that really play out in this match.
Yes, sir, we are. Truj now trying to shake out the cobwebs as he's trying to make his way back up. You see him shaking his head. Boy, he got rocked there in that corner.
He certainly did. You know, this is one of the advantages of Impala and his size, using his size to his advantage. That hip attack, you know, had a lot of stank on it, and he had also a lot of speed behind that as well.
I was just gonna leave it alone, but now just trying to wear him down, trying to wear Truj down some more. He took the life out of him. Focus, boys.
We're totally focused here. You know, you think about Truj, who is really trying to make his way out. Truj has been in some tough situations before. He played college football at the Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, a Division III school there, and so certainly he did some real strong things.
Quick roll up here.
Count of two.
Oh, my goodness.
I saw a look on the face of Truj, and that look almost said, what have I gotten myself into?
I think it's over.
Wow, you heard KayJay Impala looking right into the camera saying he thinks it's over.
And Impala could be right.
Let's see if Truj agrees here. Oh,
look at this.
Looking for the deep you-know-what.
We're calling it Deep Six.
There you go.
Deep six.
The back press.
There's another name for it, but it's a family show.
The dudes in kimonos have their own language, and I'm not going to go there, but Yeah, not tonight, folks.
Yeah, no, not tonight.
But you know what?
Family show.
But you know what? It wasn't enough. As Truj was able to kick out, and now this crowd coming alive behind Truj. Truj slowly making his way back to his feet.
And you know, that's big for Truj because that particular move from Impala has taken others out.
Truj goozled up now by Impala, but he breaks free. Ducks a clothesline, quick go behind.
And Truj.
He got in mind here.
Reversal turned it into a Russian leg sweep.
Creating a little bit of separation here. Now Truj trying to recover. Can he recover enough to capitalize?
That's the real question here.
Crowd once again trying to get behind their guy here. Referee implementing the 10 count.
You know, you got to think Truj is also thinking, A, I have to get to my feet, but B, what am I going to do now? That's the real question here.
You're right. Hopefully he's got a backup plan. He's going to run over with that big old lariat. And another one.
When all else fails, drop a clothesline.
Oh, going to get the big man up. What a scoop slam there to KayJay Impala. Truj now, maybe looking for another pin. He's a little close to the ropes. Got to be careful here. Oh, he just fired up.
Wow.
Truj Dread, baby. Truj Dread. Here he comes.
Here comes Truj.
What's he got in mind here? He's eyeing him up. He's got him in his sights. Perhaps looking for a butterfly suplex, maybe?
Perhaps if he can get him up.
If he can get it locked in, but no. KayJay Impala able to escape. It hits a super kick right to the teeth.
And that could be enough.
KayJay Impala talking trash to this crowd here as he just laid out Truj.
Impala looks like he could be going for another choke slam. That arm is extended. Could be preparing to goozle him, perhaps. There it is. First time didn't work, second time did.
Truj goes for the ride. Will it be enough? KayJay Impala with a lateral press. No! Are you kidding me?
Impala made a mistake. He did not hook the leg, and that could cost him the match.
I was just about to say that. That's one thing that you always do is hook the leg when you pin.
But look at this. His back is turned.
KayJay Impala arguing with the referee. He's in disbelief. But Truj right on the attack here. Oh! Massive spine on the pine. Will it be enough? Guys, I thought that was it.
Yeah, now if there's an issue with what Truj did, he didn't get his full body on that cover, left the upper body there of Impala free, and he could easily get that shoulder up.
Great point, GP. Now both men back to their feet. Truj with the advantage right now. There's a butterfly DDT.
Oh, nicely done.
What a move. Hooks the outside leg. And he got him.
Boy, don't you be trudging to the ring.
What a matchup. And what a debut for Truj. Truj overcome with a little bit of emotion here, and rightly so, in his debut match here at Camp 10's Showcase. Oh, what a matchup.
Let me tell you why you should be overcome. You may get a second, third, fourth, 10th, or 13th, but you never get another first. And so this is a special moment here for Truj. What a great moment here as Truj, there you go. Celebrate your victory, sir. Hopefully it's the first of many.
I see something in this kid. I don't know what it is, but I see something in him.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is set for one fall.
They caught, look at this. What a great way to come in the ring. She is the Malibu, Ivy Malibu, representing Hollywood, California. And you can see she's extremely agile. She calls herself cute but deadly. We're gonna find out why.
And her opponent.
We know this music. Get ready, boys. Just prepare yourselves.
Okay, I'm prepared.
I told you.
It's the scream
There
for
it
me.
was. There it was. That guttural scream. She's from none of your business, GB.
Oh, wow.
Oh, and she's ripping up the
She
sign.
ripped up a whole sign.
From the crowd, she just snatched the sign and ripped it up. She don't care.
No, she doesn't care. And listen, she's from Camp 2. She's got a lot of experience, but it's that scream that says everything you need to know about Hyena Hera.
You know, we've seen her in numerous indie promotions throughout the last couple of years, GB, and it's almost like she just transforms. When the bell rings, she transforms into this other person. It's kind of scary.
Hyena Hera, more than meets the eye.
And not even a lock for going the lockup and going for a kick right to the gut to Ivy is Hyena Hera.
Look at the way that she laughed when she kicked her. Oh, but look at this.
Great athleticism here from Ivy Malibu.
It's very clear that, again, another athletic background, perhaps even a gymnast background here. But one thing we can tell you for sure is she being, of course, Ivy Malibu, a third-degree black belt in Taekwondo.
Using these great arm drags and now working on that left arm of Hyena Hera with the, you see how she's got the knee planted into the side of the face, does Ivy.
Yeah, that feels very much like that Taekwondo background there. And again, this is where combat sports comes into play when you enter the world of pro wrestling.
Combat sports is the most important aspect of the agility you can have.
Quick pin attempt, but just a quick 2 count there. She came in with that cross body off the ropes. She beat Ivy here. Ivy. And now, wait a second now. Hyena yelling at the crowd.
Listen, Hyena is not here for it.
Not making any friends.
Well, listen, when you're from a place called, do you exactly know where none of your business is on the map?
I've never asked her.
Have you asked Siri about that?
I've never had the courage to go up to her and ask.
Yeah, neither have I.
And I'm not talking about Siri, I'm talking about Hyena.
Or either.
Now, Hyena placing Ivy up on the top rope. What she got in mind here? Oh, look at this. She got the armbar applied over the top rope.
I'll tell you what, so much for that hot pink body bag.
Yeah, that's the thing about Hyena Hera. She'll talk trash to you as she's beating you up, but in that case, it backfired.
Certainly will, but look at this.
Tilt-a-whirl into a...
Went for almost a hurricane run up and turning it into a submission maneuver.
She's got the submission locked in. Does Ivy, and now Hyena using her leg strength.
I will tell you that.
What a way to escape, just ramming your opponent into the turnbuckle.
Incredible way to break that hold.
And now just laying the boots to Ivy is Hyena Hera.
Hyena Hera putting it in, nursing her wound, but that brutality fixes everything.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but she was at the last one too, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
We've seen a lot of Hyena. Hyena, what did we say, Camp 2?
Camp 2,
where
that's
she's
right.
originated from, but she's been on numerous showcases since. And
I remember.
she's a force.
I remember that scream. That's why I wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
She's a force to be reckoned with for sure.
She certainly is, and again, all the experience and all the independent promotions and even making stops at AEW, those kinds of experiences absolutely take with a right hand. Good God.
Just laying in those right hands as Hyena Hera, and as we mentioned from Camp 2, we've seen her the last few years making her way around the independent scene here in the Southeast. You got somebody like Ivy with her, who's brand new to wrestling with her very first match here tonight, and I do not envy her pin attempt.
I do not at all. I think it's in these moments where Ivy Malibu really begins to ask herself, okay, did I make the right move, and can I pull from my experience to get out of this moment?
She's slowly trying to make her way back up to the ropes, trying to get up to her feet here, but Hyena Hera not going to let her get up there. She's draping her throat across the middle rope, and the referee, Paul Santa, reprimanding Hyena Hera now.
You know, Hyena doesn't even care right now that Ivy is the lone girl in this class. All she cares about is, can I get this W, and how bad can I beat up Ivy Malibu?
Malibu about to go for a ride here. Nice suplex from Hyena Hera. You see Malibu holding a lower back. Pin attempt here. She hooked both legs, but it wasn't going to be enough. But Malibu still holding that lower back. She's writhing in pain here. Slowly trying to get back to her feet.
The look on the face of Hyena Hera, I can never get used to that scowl that she has.
And you hear it, that guttural scream that it's like a growl. It is.
Shuddery.
I'm not telling you, man. She's a force. You talk about the looks on faces. The look on the face of Malibu right now, she's in so much pain, just writhing in pain with these right hands and these forearms.
You know, getting hit like that, can make you forget your name, quite frankly. And so, another clothesline there from Hyena Hera.
Malibu down again, hooks both legs.
in Hyena's space, I see something confidence and
Some form? Some form? It's full confidence.
yeah, but there's a nice mixture of cockiness and confidence.
Absolutely there is, and I gotta be honest.
And aggression.
I'm a little too scared to look her in the face about being honest with you.
I'm good.
Oh, man. Ivy Malibu taking a tour of the ring the hard way.
Certainly is. And I got to tell you, Hyena has been dominating this matchup.
She absolutely has. And just stick her tongue out at the crowd here.
What,
And just
five?
Yeah, well, I'm not. You tell her that. I'm not going to tell her
I'm
that.
not gonna tell her. That's why we're on this side.
Yeah, lay it in the forearms there to Ivy.
You know, if this match is being scored on points right now, it'd be Hyena Hera winning this thing almost in a unanimous decision. But the thing is, the only points that count are the 3 when the referee hit the mat. And the question now is, can Hyena turn this into a pinfall or perhaps a submission victory?
Hyena getting a little too concerned with the crowd here.
That's when it bites you in the butt.
That's right. Got to stay focused on her. Conceive right there.
Yep.
Now Ivy able to block it and turns the tables and sends Hyena face first, and now just firing away with her right hands.
You know, that may have been the problem here. Hyena may have been playing with her food, and it may have come back to bite her.
Oh, reversal now. Ivy into the ropes. Big shoulder tackle from Ivy Malibu. Taking down Hyena Hera. There's another one.
Strong shoulder blocks there from Hyena. Oh, look at that.
Nice kick to the gut. A high knee. Oh, working on that right arm. Great job. And
there's a scream.
She is fired up and a scream of her own. You're right, GB, from Ivy Malibu.
Keep going, girl.
Ivy Malibu, look at this. And now there's the strength factor.
Up on the shoulders.
She's got
great position.
Is this almost an airplane spin of sorts?
Oh! And just dumps her on her head. Pin attempt here. Will it be enough?
Count of 2.
Woo. That might do it, guys, but certainly Hyena Hera not going to go away just yet. Drop toe hold from Hyena Hera to Malibu. Sent Malibu face first into that second turnbuckle.
You know, the toughest part about a fall is exactly the landing, particularly when that landing is unpredictable. Could we see perhaps the gory spectacle?
And there it is.
This
called
could be
it, GB. And Hera capitalized. She's going to go for the pin attempt. Hooks both legs. Are you kidding me? I thought that had to be it.
Yeah, so
Hyena Hera, every pin attempt has done a great job at hooking both legs, but somehow, some way, Malibu's digging down deep and able to kick out just in time.
The heart of a warrior.
Absolutely.
That's what she has, the heart of the warrior.
Great call, Jordy. That's exactly what it is. Ducks a clothesline, does Ivy. Look at this. Tilt a whirl into maybe a head scissors. No, but she got caught.
Oh, she's looking for that submission
again.
again.
You're right. She got the submission locked in once again.
Oh, but look at this. Oh, man. And she's a tap.
Wow.
She tapped out.
Yay.
Wow.
Ivy Malibu with the submission victory over Hyena Hera. And that's got to be considered an upset, guys.
It's definitely got to be considered a massive upset, a huge victory for Ivy Malibu, who has made a huge impression here to kick off her career here at the Nightmare Factory.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is set for one fall.
Well, Jack Jameson, a guy who's got more nicknames. Well, and he's also super kind.
Was he talking to you just then?
I hope not, but I'm gonna listen.
Weighing in at 150 pounds, Georgia,
Austin Jet. Now, Austin Jet, we remember he was part of the last camp.
Right.
However, he injured his ribs, so he wasn't able to compete as a wrestler. He did referee a match at that camp.
Certainly did.
But now we're getting to see his in-ring debut here at the Nightmare Factory, and he's teaming with Jack Jameson Ryan, and this should be interesting, GB.
I'll tell you, Aiden.
Are you being I can do that.
tell you something. If they handed out superlatives here in this class, perhaps the if they were handing out senior superlatives for this class here in Camp 10, I think Moose would be the guy who is just winning the best congeniality award.
Best attitude.
Just the nicest guy.
Most jovial.
So kind, so considerate. So I like these tag teams here. Both of these members of Camp 10 are paired up with some pretty massive guys.
And Moose, I love his gear as well.
His gear is eye-catching.
I'm saying it that way because when it was sent to me on my sheet, it was Moose with multiple O's. What do we got here?
Shut up and pay attention.
Really? Here we go.
I am the head coach of Pendragon University, home to home, Lex Luger, Puppet, Jack Jameson. Now you cheer for me.
Well, there it is. I told you he had a ton of nicknames.
I don't think he's done.
Potential student has been abusing you. Look at him go. Look at him go. AJ, now he's a little small, he's a little undersized, but if he wins today, he's in BGU. We'll get him all sauced up, we'll get him big and strong in no time. Our opponents, on the other hand, Captain Julio Alpano and Miguel over there.
Wow.
Got some size on him. But we're still down around because we're too jacked, too motivated, and you're all too weak. I had to spell it out for you, that's stupid. By the way, that's a true windmill you got there, buddy. Who are you, the American Natty Moose? Crowd is here. Now to flow. Moose and Nicky Boy both know I'm about to beat him with this skin kid. Whoa!
Oh, look at it. Are we going to have a match here, or is he going to keep talking?
I'll tell you what, sing-along with Jack Jameson is a thing.
Well, the only one sing along was Austin Jet.
Well,
but
clearly.
it was still sing along technically, I suppose.
I'm telling you, they all joined in at the World part. I think they've heard that before.
Somewhere, yeah. Well, what an interesting start to this matchup here. Waiting for the bell here from Lou Santiago, our official.
Certainly, and we're looking at a scenario here where, again, the new trainees are teamed with some rather experienced folks here. And there it is, you've got Nick Comoroto, a.k.a. Nicky Boy, against Jack Jameson. Both of them, of course, have had some...
wait for it, GB.
Wait for it, here it is. Nicky Boy's building it. Oh, my.
The lollipop stick right to the face.
Lollipop, lollipop.
Well, Lou Santiago has the unfortunate duty to pick it up and get out of the ring.
Oh, wow.
Now, wait a second. Now, we talk about Jameson here is the leader of BGU, Body Guy University.
But look, did you see the look on Austin Jet's face? He just went like, what did you tag me into?
Well, Nicky Boy is contemplating tagging in Moose here, and Moose wants to tag.
And now,
I think he's going to get it.
I think he is.
So we're going to get Moose and Austin Jet squaring off here in this tag team matchup.
I'm excited to see this. What can Moose do against Austin Jet? We're going to see here.
Big lockup, collar and elbow, center of the ring. You know, Austin Jet with the early advantage, though, I think, to a lot of people's surprise here.
Certainly, and again, Jet, originally a part of Camp 9, suffered a broken rib, had the opportunity to come back and be a part of Camp 10, and now, simultaneously, not only do you have your first match, but it's your audition to be a part of BGU.
Big shoulder tackle there from Moose. Up and over he goes, looking for a hip toss, and he nails it on Austin Jet.
I like this look here from Moose.
And Moose, quite an athlete himself. A lot of different sports he's been involved with, a swimmer, football player, soccer. Of course, has a background in construction, working with his dad, and now making his way into the pro wrestling world as he takes out Jameson Ryan on the apron, and then a big clothesline backfires there as Austin Jet now on the advantage.
You know, the cool thing about Moose being in construction is that's the place where you put it all together. And he's come here to the Nightmare Factory to put all of his athletic prowess together and see if that can turn into a successful pro wrestling career.
Austin Jet with that knee firmly in the back of Moose right now as he has his throat draped across that second rope.
You know, it's so interesting when you look at Jack Jameson and Nick Comoroto, who are on the outside, the tag partners of the guys that are in the ring. Now Jack Jameson comes in the ring. You know, you got to think to yourself that all of the members of Camp 10.
Moose just ate a double back elbow. Pin attempt here from Jameson. Not going to be enough.
You know, when you look at Jack Jameson and Nick Comoroto, you see these guys have spent time on AEW, on Ring of Honor, you know, and all of the folks in Camp 10 have got to think perhaps one day their names could be featured in those spaces.
Ooh. Moose in a bad way here as he's now trapped in the proverbial tree of woe there by Jack Jameson, who just spat right at Nicky Boy in the corner. Meanwhile, in the opposite corner, Austin Jet taking advantage and choking Moose.
I mean, I'll tell you what, it's clear that Austin Jet is being taught the ways of all things BGU, Body Guy University, because those chokes are reminiscent of what they teach in Wrestling 102 there.
And we've seen this. This is classic BGU right here, as they're going to take turns just damaging the lower back of Moose. And you know, like we said, GB, you heard it at the beginning when Jameson had the microphone. He says if they win this match, Austin Jet's going to get a spot in Body Guy University.
Absolutely.
And it's him here.
Count of two. And perhaps that cover may have been a little too cocky. Jack Jameson looking to show the world why they call him Flex Luger. Oh, look at that. But that was a slick move there from Jack Jameson, really looking to kind of take, again, Big Nick out of this particular matchup here and turn it into a 2-on-1.
Jameson tags his partner back in. Austin Jet now a double suplex on Moose. And Moose is in a bad way. And look at Jameson distracting the referee.
Oh, look at that.
Feigning a back injury.
Jameson, and meanwhile, look at this. The weight belt has been taken off there by Austin Jet.
Are you kidding me?
Jet is whipping Moose.
Santiago, turn around. Look, now in the ring.
Nick has had enough.
Oh my goodness.
Nick has had enough. And now
will rue the day. And now
Moose putting the whip in there.
Moose returning the favor.
Look at that.
To Austin Jet. Oh, super kick from Jet though takes out Moose.
This match is chaotic. Can the referee regain control? That's the question here.
Moose trying to get back to his feet. Slowly get back up, both men back in a vertical position.
You know, something tells me that Austin Jet is the perfect picture of before to be a part of Body Guy University. He's the before picture, and perhaps Jack Jameson is the after.
Another beautiful super kick here, another pin attempt. Will it be enough? No. Moose able to kick out just in time.
I'll tell you what, though, the whelps on the back of Austin Jet from that nightmare belt that was being used to whip him, courtesy of Moose. He's certainly feeling that.
Reversal into the ropes goes Moose. Moose, both men with the same idea. Both men hitting the lariat and both men taken down to the mat.
Nice clothesline there from both Jet and Moose. Who will get to their corner first? Oh, wait, whoa.
Wait a second.
Jack Jameson refused the tag.
He saw that Nicky Boy was getting tagged in and he didn't want any piece of it. And now, oh man, this poor kid, Austin Jet, just getting taken to task here by Nick Comoroto. Oh, butterfly suplex.
Nick Comoroto, easily the most experienced person in this match.
Oh, hang on.
Oh, look at this.
He's gonna force Jameson into the ring, whether he likes it or not.
Comoroto, now in his 12th year of the business, is now taking it to Austin Jet.
He just splashed Jet in the corner, and there's a splash for Jameson as well. Both members of this team getting taken to task by Nicky Boy.
I'll tell you what, Nicky Boy is all over this one here. And he has, I'm telling you.
He's a runaway freight train. He's not done yet.
He's got the cardio.
Good Lord.
That is unstoppable. And he's still running.
Like these guys or not, I mean, I don't think they can take anymore. Enough already. I kind of feel bad for him.
And he's just powering up. He's got some more.
What's interesting to me is that Jameson went down to the canvas before Austin Jet did. How about that?
I'm going to call him Busta Rhymes. Come on and give me some more.
Uh-oh.
Boom, boom, boom. Give me some more.
Hang on, here comes.
Oh my God.
2 for the price of 1.
Nicky Boy's got that Energizer battery. He just keeps going and going and going.
And what a power slam to Austin Jet. Will it be enough? Here's a pin. Oh, but Jameson right there to break it up.
Jack Jameson actually saved the match because I think Austin Jet had all he could take.
Wait a second, look at Jack Jameson. Can he get the big man up? If anybody looks like they should be at Body Guy University, it's Nick Comoroto.
I agree.
But an Alabama slam from Nicky Boy.
Nicky Boy is feeling it. Remember, the legal man is Austin Jet and Nick Comoroto.
Jet's in a bad way. He just needs to roll out of the ring.
Oh, look at this. And now it looks like
the crowd wants it. Nicky Boy wants it. Moose certainly wants it.
You know what they say. You got to give the people what they want.
And here he comes. Moose back in the ring. Look out. Oh, that low lariat just took out Austin Jet one more time.
Nicely done. And Moose.
He got mine here.
Look at this.
He's going for the 9-5-6, his version of the STF.
I like this.
Will he tap out?
That's it.
And he got him. Once Moose locked in the 9-5-6, that was all she wrote. And Moose and Nicky Boy are victorious here tonight.
I like this team here. Again, Moose, just happy to be here, but he knows how to turn it on when needed, and he certainly turned it on big time when he got the 9-5-6 in on Austin Jet.
What a tag team matchup we saw here tonight, folks. And we're not done yet, GB.
No, we certainly aren't. Meanwhile, Jack, while the team of Nick Comoroto and Moose celebrate their win, Jack Jameson is still in the ring here. And what is this going to mean for Austin Jet's application to Body Guy University?
Well, he said they had to win the match for him to become a part of the group, but
they did.
As if Jet did not take enough abuse already. Now wait a second, look who's back in the ring here.
Look who's back.
Moose and Nicky Boy. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Jameson, a little too much talking. Moose isn't done either. Oh, leg drop right across the throat.
We know how powerful a leg drop can be.
Maybe the leg drop across the throat, that'll shut him up for a little while.
It certainly could.
And now, helping up rather, Austin Jet. Whoa, hey. Why don't you just head on to the back? It's not my fault you lost the match.
I'll tell you what though, a nice way for Moose and Comoroto to come in and help Austin Jet. How kind of them. I'll tell you, that guy Moose is perhaps the kindest man in this sport.
Mr. Congeniality himself, that is for sure. And look at the flex on Austin Jet as well. All these guys.
Jet was certainly training for BGU. He clearly hasn't forgotten how to pose.
Don't worry, he's got a new mentor now in Nicky Boy, Nick Comoroto.
And I think Nick can train him very well. We got a pose down happening here.
How about this? The crowd loves it here at the Action Building.
They certainly do. What a debut. Look at this. There you go.
I love it.
And now we're posing to another side here. Most muscular.
You gotta soak in the adulation from this entire crowd here at the Action Building.
And rightfully so.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the main event. The contest is set for one fall.
What an impressive physique on this gentleman. Elijah Drago, the Ukrainian missile.
Let me tell you something, he earned that name. And we just saw these folks from Body Guy University. I think this guy could be the president and founder.
Absolutely. Oh man, this one's gonna be good, GB.
This is gonna be really good.
The crowd might not like him, but he is an impressive specimen. That is Cole Karter. And Elijah Drago, very impressive throughout this 12-week camp. One of the standouts in this class. And this matchup is main event worthy for sure.
It certainly is main event worthy. And you know, we were there all the way back at Camp 1 to see who would end up in that main event. And when you start looking at the people who have main evented, you can see kind of a trend in terms of people who find their way into larger promotions and finding themselves on television. Again, I go back to Camp 1 and our guy Carly Bravo, who we knew would be a star, and now of course Bravo is killing it as part of the infantry in Ring of Honor AEW. Could that same future lie here for Elijah Drago?
And there's our bell. It's main event time, main event match, big lockup, collar and elbow, center of the ring, and Elijah Drago, we talked about the impressive physique, and he's showing it off right there.
Well, you know, that impressive physique is something special. Here's a guy, Elijah Drago, who spent some time, you know, playing soccer, playing rugby. He was actually an actor in the Ukraine with 40 television shows to his credit.
Hey,
so
not even an actor, a movie star.
Yeah, literally.
Movie star in the Ukraine.
A movie star, and so you know that the folks in Ukraine watching right now are excited about seeing one of their own. And you know, here's what's interesting about this. We've seen how really the main event talent has leveled up, certainly, when you start talking about the main event of these showcases. Now we're looking at a star who's already signed to AEW, that being Cole Karter.
Up and over goes Karter. Picture perfect drop kick just rocked. Drago now on spaghetti legs. No, but maybe not. Oh, answers right back with a drop kick of his own.
Drago says, anything you can do, I can do better.
Big shoulder right into the gut of Cole Karter.
And I'll tell you, the physique, I can't talk. On Drago is something special.
It's so impressive, it gets us tongue-tied.
It really does. I mean, you think about it, and you think about all that has happened, of course, with the Ukraine. So for him to be able to make it here, obviously this means more to him than just a dream. This is a special opportunity here.
What a brain buster there to Cole Karter. Now Cole Karter's out on the floor trying to gather his thoughts here.
I'll tell you what, you know, lots of people tune in, of course, to these showcases here as part of the Nightmare Factory. You've got to think that they're promoting.
Hang on, did you just hear what Cole Karter said? He said, I don't need this, I'm already signed.
Oh, wow.
And he's trying to go to the back, but Drago's not gonna let him escape.
He certainly isn't. And Drago now, look at this. He's carrying Cole Karter. He did it with one arm.
Drago says, I'm not done. I'm going to take you back to the ring. But then Karter escaped off the back and sent him face first right into the ring post.
You know, Cole Karter, known as the Thoroughbred, has been all over the wrestling world at such a young age. All of this experience he's been able to amass.
Oh, what a solid elbow drop into a pin attempt.
Count of two. This is going to be a great education here for Drago. A great education indeed, as indeed Karter is in control right now. What an outstanding drop kick.
Beautifully done once again now. Going up to the second turnbuckle, but maybe just posing for the crowd. I thought maybe he had like a high-flying move in mind.
I thought that
perhaps
too.
Not.
Karter is feeling himself right now.
Drago slow to get back up, but a big body shot there. Another right hand into the side, into the ribs of Cole Karter.
And look at that big knee there by Karter.
Karter gonna send him into the, reversal as Karter gets sent into the corner by Drago, but he got the big boot up just in time, and a big lariat takes down Drago. Left lateral press. Ooh, it's a lot closer than I thought it was gonna be there.
It certainly is, and you know, you gotta think about it for Elijah Drago. Obviously you wanna win your debut match, but you know, when you're battling a contracted AEW superstar, you gotta think to yourself, even a loss, just being in the ring is a win in and of itself.
Now this time I think Karter does have something in mind as he's going all the way to the tippy top rope. Heads up, going for a frog splash, but nobody home as Elijah Drago able to roll out of the way.
Certainly did. Tough landing there for Karter, and Drago getting out of the way, and now you got to think, can Drago recover?
Looked like Karter caught a lot of that landing on his knees.
Certainly did. Drago, of course, being involved in strong combat sports like rugby, for instance. Certainly nothing pristine about that. A rough and tumble sport. He's used to the kind of contact, and here we go.
And clearly with the physique, as we talked about earlier, he mentioned to us he had a long list of sports that he has played throughout his life. He only mentioned a couple to us because he said the list was so long it would take forever to list them all.
Absolutely.
Oh, what a pump kick right to the forehead of Cole Karter, and I think Carter's out.
I think
Can Drago capitalize here?
That's the question. Drago's got something in mind.
Just waiting for Karter to get back up. What has he got in mind here? He charges in. Leapfrog there from Cole Karter, and a running knee strike up under the chin of Drago.
You know, I wonder,
Drago holding his nose.
I wonder if Drago took too much power.
Oh, what a spine buster. Just shook the whole ring. Pin attempt here. Oh, my goodness.
Count of two.
I thought that was it. I mean, you talk about shaking the ring. That was a massive spine buster.
It certainly was. And now you've got to think Karter is sitting here wondering, okay, well, what else do I need to do? Meanwhile, I think Drago may be wondering, did I make the right choice? Do I want to be an actor again?
Karter was mocking the crowd, now just toying with Drago here.
You know, it's so interesting. We see a lot of people at times make moves from the world of wrestling.
What a hit! Pin kick right to the jaw.
What a kick, he got him flush.
My goodness.
Every bit of that, and think about the height. This guy's 6'4", and he got all the way up. All the way up with
I'm not sure how
that kick.
Karter's still moving right now. I thought that was lights out.
Oh boy, look at this.
Oh, no!
Oh gosh.
Rich, our referee is out.
Oh, God,
he
look
caught all of
at
that. And now Karter,
I mean, I'm concerned about this ref. Do you see him?
he is laid out.
And he's not moved.
This, I don't know. Come on, guys, careful.
Oh gosh.
I don't want him to land on the ref here. The referee's not able to move out of the way.
The referee hasn't moved.
Drago
We
with
need a referee.
that gorilla press slam, pinning Karter here, but again, no official. Here goes Paul Santo from the back.
Here we go.
Or another official here. No.
Count of two. The ref still has not moved.
That should have been it.
I'm concerned about this referee. He took every bit of that spear from Drago.
We have a medic in the back or something? You're right. He's just laid out in a very bad position.
I mean, an extremely uncomfortable position. Somebody needs to check on him.
Meanwhile, Santa's in now to call the rest of this matchup, I guess, and now back up again and going for a gorilla press slam again, but Karter able to escape, and now
a second referee out. Oh no, a low blow.
Paul Santa gets sandwiched in the corner while he was turned around.
Meanwhile, Karter, look at the power of Karter.
Karter hit the low blow, and there it is. He just planted Drago. Not like this now. Come on.
He got him.
Cole Karter just stole a victory. Wow.
Big win there for Cole Karter by nefarious means. But look at this, he's just stepping over the ref who is still not moved. Somebody, man, this referee's got me concerned. Meanwhile, Cole Karter showed that he's willing to do whatever it takes for a win anywhere.
The disrespect.
Unbelievable.
To our official.
The referee finally starting to move. I don't know if he even knows what day it is, where he is, how he got here. He absorbed an insane spear there from Elijah Drago.
What I do know is that was one heck of a main event for our Nightmare Factory showcase for camp number 10 as Drago finally coming to in the ring.
A highly impressive showing there for Drago. He's got nothing to be ashamed of.
Great reaction there for Elijah Drago. He didn't come out on top, but still a great showing in the main event for camp number 10, the Nightmare Factory. That's going to do it for us here at the Action Building in Canton, Georgia. I'm Brandon Bitterfield. Thanks to Jordy, and again, GB Gerard Bonner, man, send us home.
Certainly want to remind you guys that you can, if you're interested in joining the next camp for the Nightmare Factory, go to the website, nightmarefactoryga.com, and you can also follow them at Nightmare Factory GA on the socials.